Hey guys, it's Liz here with another video for you, and today I'm going to be doing what I'm going to call my Winter Deer Mini, and I'm using these three colors from Sparkle Infusion: Pink Sugar, Snow Queen, and Turks. Turks is this beautiful kind of Tiffany blue color. I'm going to be using my Virgo Gem, and I actually just saw that I grabbed my top coat, but worked out fine. I mean, top coat and base coat are kind of the same thing. So you can use them interchangeably. So I am just going to pretty much dip both of these fingers in Turks. One of them I'm going to lay Snow Queen over. My pointer finger, I'm going to lay Snow Queen over that. And this middle finger I'm going to do completely with the Turks blue color, and that's where I'm going to put my decal. And I actually did this mani twice, and I'm going to show you both versions of it at the end of the video, but I chose a water decal and didn't really like the way that it looked for this mani, because it was just a very dark decal, and I just figured with the light colors it was just too big of a contrast for me. So I ended up redoing it, so I will show you that at the end and just give you a few more tips on water decals. I did these a little bit differently. I've been experimenting. My last video was on water decals as well, and I've been experimenting with all of it and trying to give you as many tips and tricks that I can so that you can be successful with your water decals. And I also wanted to just see if you could do it with regular dip liquids. I know some people have had problems with the regular dip liquids, but you will see in the end that I got it to work pretty successfully. I didn't have any problems with it. Also want to take a second to talk about Snow Queen. It is a chunky glitter, but it is so easy to work with. I actually did an ombre with this one, which it turned out really well, because it's such an easy color to work with. It's a chunky glitter, but it's really thin, so it's pats down really easily, and it doesn't get too bulky. So I definitely recommend this glitter. Even if you don't like chunky glitters, I would recommend trying this out, because it is a beautiful color and super easy to work with. So again, I'm just kind of finishing up the colors on this mani, and I started with the pour over method with this ombre, and then decided that I need, I wanted a kind of a softer look, that I wasn't pouring it over. So I switched over to the tap method, just kind of almost like scooping it up with that brush and then tapping it on. And I will link all of these products that I use in the description if you're interested in anything. Please make sure that you use my links, because anything that you buy using my links helps me out just a little bit. It's not much, but it does help a little bit, so that I can continue to do these videos for you. So I would appreciate that. And if you are getting anything out of this video, giving it a like helps me out as well. And if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe. So now I am just encapsulating in clear. You always want to make sure that you encapsulate your glitters in a clear. I use SuperNail. Some of the colors don't require you to encapsulate, but I just have gotten so used to encapsulating all my colors in clears just to make sure. So I just go ahead and do all of my colors in clear as well. So then I'm going to activate and file and buff. And the only thing that I did different with this filing, these chunky glitters are kind of getting in the way while I was trying to file. So I just took some Cuticle Nippers and just started clipping them off, and right here I'm just kind of seasoning my files, getting that grit off so that I can get around my cuticles and my skin and not really damage anything. But yeah, so that's the only thing that I did a little bit differently, is took those cuticle nippers out. You can definitely do it with the file. It just takes a little bit more filing, so this just kind of speeds up the process, just giving those a little clip. Just be very careful not to clip your skin on accident. But so you're just gonna file and buff as normal. Again, I have a video, and I will link that in the description if you're in the cards if you're interested in that. That kind of gives you some tips on filing and buffing. Another thing that I've been doing is using this nail stand. What do they call these? I don't really know what they call them. But that kind of gives me, for one, it kind of gives you some support while you're filing, but also it kind of helps you to look at your nail like from straight on, and kind of helps you with the angles, or it has helped me with the angles of my nails, to get those angles a little bit better. It kind of helps me to get that free edge a little bit straighter as well. So I definitely recommend, if you don't have one, these little nail props are good for a lot of things. Now this one is from Liquid Layers, which I think they're taking a break until 2021, which is coming up fast. But if you would like to purchase one sooner, I know a company, Hangry Dips, that I work with, they just started making these little nail stands, so I will link that in the description as well. So now we are just going ahead and finishing off some of those nails, and also you just want to have a very smooth finish for the water decals. So you want to make sure that you file and buff really smooth, and then you may want to go ahead and put on a clear top coat as well. So these are the decals that I'm going to be using, and I got these off of Amazon, and they were also like a really good price. They did have a sale on them, and I will link them in the description. They may still be having a sale on these going on. But if you are interested in Amazon deals, if you shop on Amazon a lot, I do have a Facebook page that you know, you can get deals like this, and I did post this one when I saw it to my Facebook page, so that you know, if anybody was interested in it, they could get those. But those are, I mean, it came with so many different little designs, so I'll be able to do like a bunch of different manis with this, and all of them will be a little bit different. And they're actually pretty good water decals. I haven't had any problems with any of the ones that I've used. They're pretty, I mean, they have the clear background, but you can still see them pretty well on all of the manis that I've done so far. So I'm pretty happy with them, even though they were a little bit cheaper. They are on the thinner side, so they're a little bit more delicate, but I haven't had any break on me while I'm trying to put them on. You know, I really feel like the best way to put these on is using, and I'll show you, you know, using the little stamper, clear stampers, nail stampers. So I will link that in the description as well. So I decided to put these little snowflakes on a couple of my nails as well, just so it kind of tried to bring it all together. Adds a little bit of more of a winter theme to the whole nails, you know, yeah, whatever. So I do decide to go with this darker deer decal, but I think it was just really too dark for this mani, so I changed my mind and redo it. But right here I am just putting on the Aimeili base coat and curing it for 30 seconds. And I should have done this before, but now I am putting all of my decals in water. So I should have done this and gotten them all ready before I started putting all my base gel on and all of that stuff. But you just put a little bit of water on a baggie or in a little water dish and just put them in there. These don't take very long at all, maybe 15 to 30 seconds, and they're starting to slide off. So I guess that's why I just kind of, you know, waited to do it. So this one, I think what happened is I forgot to, there's a plastic coating on the front of it and I forgot to take it off, and then when I went to take it off, it just kind of like all curled up on me. So that one was a wash. I had to redo that one. So now I am grabbing this deer decal with the stamper and placing it on there. This is why I like to do it this way, with the base gel, the gel polish, and the stamper, because that is the easiest way to get that on there. So easy, no warping, and it's done. I just put a top coat on there and it's good to go. Makes it super easy. But I did want to show you that you could also use the tweezers, so I'm going to show you that way as well. This is just a regular Orly rubberized bonder. So with this base polish, this is just you can just dry it. It doesn't take a UV lamp, but you have to just kind of keep touching it and seeing when it starts getting tacky, and then you're just gonna lay that decal on there. And I decided to do 2 on here. You do want to kind of get some of that water off before you put it down, because if you don't, then you're going to get a lot of bubbles when it starts to dry. So that's what I'm using that lint-free wipe for, and this one almost messed up on me too, but I got it to uncurl. And again, this is why it's just so much easier to use that clear stamper, because then you don't have to worry about it like curling up on you. So the last way I wanted to show you and to see if it could be done was just doing the regular dip liquids, and same process here. You just want to kind of keep tapping it and see when it starts getting tacky, but because I had already activated it, it was drying pretty quickly, so I couldn't get it on there, and I was kind of worried about it messing up my stamper as well. So I ended up letting it dry too much. So I ended up just kind of smashing it on there as hard as I can, and it finally lifted off. So I don't know if there's any real technique to that. But I did put a top coat on it and it did fine. So I don't know, I've heard some people would the decals kind of warp or something, but I didn't have any problems with that. So again, these decals are really good for the price that you pay for them. So again, I'll link that in the description so you can check these out if you're interested. So I am finishing up with a normal dip top coat with all of these, and I did reactivate that one that I used the regular polish. I don't know if it needed it, but I went ahead and reactivated it, and again, those water decals did fine. I didn't have any warping or anything on them. So I don't know, these worked really well with the dip liquids. That one that I used the base or the gel base coat with, I did go ahead and finish it off with a gel top coat as well, but the rest of them I finished off with the regular dip liquids, and I didn't have them dissolving or warping or anything. So yeah, good water decals for a very cheap price, and they're not, they're not really anything special, but they're cute and they work good. So here is the finished version of this mani, and like I said, I did change the decal. I also changed that ombre nail. I thought I would like it better with the blue. I ended up liking this first version better, but I just cannot get it right. I don't know, I keep changing my mind of what I like, and that's what happens when you're experimenting and trying new things. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, so whatever. But yeah, these are the finished version. Some more close-ups of these decals. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching my video. This is the second version of that mani, I love that decal a lot better. It turned out a lot better with that. And here are some more close-ups of Snow Queen, which is beautiful. Definitely recommend this. I mean, it looks like it glows. It's so pretty. But again, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching my video. Make sure that you're subscribed, and I will see you next time.